everyone, and welcome to First Coast Living. I'm Casey DeSantis.
Hey, folks. I'm Curtis Dvorak. It's a great day. Like I said, I ran away and joined the circus last night.
You did. You finally accomplished your goal, huh?
Fulfilled a lifelong dream. Yeah, yeah. I threatened it as a kid, but never actually did it. But yeah, the Bernardo Circus, who we had on last Friday, Kevin Bernardo. I went. Opening night was last night, and it was really, really cool. I got a chance to come out and start the show, so to speak. Really cool show. It's down in St. Augustine. It's at the amphitheater. If you're into it, it's a step back in time. I feel like I'm back 100 years. But here's a little taste of it. Yeah, so I mean the classic circus music, like when you think circus music, it's all the classic circus music, and there's about 8, we can see all the performers on the stage right there. The stage, that's it, you know, that's 25 feet by 25 feet square, and there's aerial acts, there's comedian, there's juggling, there's fire twirling, a BMX kind of stunt thing. I came out and started the show on my wheel on Carl, juggling a little bit.
I was wondering where you were.
You know, Kevin introduced me as an artist formerly known as Jackson DeVille, and the host of this great show here, which everybody cheered because they watch it. And that's Kirk. He's one of the performers. He's the clown in the show. So he and I had some fun there. And I didn't realize, now that I see the tape, I see that I actually hit him with water. I wondered why the whole thing got set off, because I didn't realize I had hit him with the water there. But they were helping out a great charity down in St. Augustine for homeless kids, because there's about 800 homeless kids in St. Augustine that they're building a home for, which is really, really cool. But it's such a blast from the past. Like I felt like the original days of the circus.
It's literally under the big top.
Yeah,
right?
big top, two tent poles, you know, and it seats about 250. And this is where I wasn't sure why I deserved this from Kirk, but he just splashed me with water. But it has just 2 tent poles, 250 to 300 seats in there, and kids, young at heart. Basically, I explained it. If you've ever wanted to sit in the waiting room of America's Got Talent, and see all those acts and stuff, you get to sit literally. I mean, you're
right there.
Right
it looked
there.
Like people were up close, and he's got a tremendous story. It's really of the American dream, because he was on the show, I think, the Friday before he performed over the weekend. He used to work, the ringmaster for Ringling Brothers for years and years, and then when that dissolved, he wanted to start his own thing, so he had to go from place to place to try to get people to fund his idea, and then it slowly started to take off. But I mean, that's the very simplistic version of it. But he really worked his tail off to be able to accomplish what has been his dream, like yours, to not only run away with but create your own circus.
The little circus
Great
that could.
Guy. Yeah, he just has so much appreciation for this country too. He's like, only in America can you have a dream where you want to create your own circus and go do it. And he's been successful.
And he did it. And you got the next 3 weeks. Go check it out down, like I said, St. Augustine Amphitheater. It's in the parking lot. It's a great show. Speaking of shows, a show that I watch and Jared and a bunch of people around here do, and I'm sure you do as well at home on NBC. This Is Us. If you haven't yet watched it, this week's episode, plug your ears, walk away, mute the sound for the next 20 to 30 seconds. If you have seen the episode, you know at the end, producers revealed a major detail about the fire that faithful viewers know apparently destroyed the Pearson home and led to the demise of family patriarch Jack. It was a faulty slow cooker that was given to the family secondhand. About 25, 30-year-old slow cooker catches fire, spreading flames throughout the house, in part because the smoke detector batteries had not been changed. And even though the show never called the slow cooker a crock pot, Crock-Pot's parent company, Newell Brands, was a little worried. They issued a statement today looking to reassure consumers that it's safe to use their Crock-Pot slow cookers, saying in part it is a fictional show and that, quote, we want consumers first and foremost to know they are safe when using their Crock-Pot. Oh, man, The finale, or not the finale, but the next episode is up after the Super Bowl, and it's going to be an emotional one for sure. This Is Us. You're going to see it. Like I said, they set your DVRs extra time after the Super Bowl in case the game goes long.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, use your crock pots safely.
Okay. Well, all right. Speaking of the big game coming up around the corner, go back to the AFC Championship, if you will. It's something that many thought that you might want to do. Who knows?
Yeah.
A local couple named their newborn after their favorite Jaguars players. So this is little Blake Ramsey Miller. She was born the day after the AFC Championship and named. Obviously after, well, not obviously, but you can piece it together, Blake Bortles and Jalen Ramsey. So Blake's mother, Ashley, says she agreed to do one Jaguar name, but ended up then with two. Ashley's husband, Scott, says there were a lot of names to consider, but didn't go within, I think, with Telvin or Leonard. Because obviously it was a girl. They wanted, something that was a little more apropos. So Scott says, even sarcastically, they suggested Duval.
Yeah, but I mean, because those were great parts of the AFC Championship.
Oh, congratulations to them. That is just fantastic. What a beautiful little girl.
You can't name a little girl ref. So
you would say that's only if they were born up in New England, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're naming her after the MVP of the game. Anyway,
never let that go.
I've turned the page.
Speaking of turning the page, because we turned the page on the AFC Championship and NFC Championship, and now we go on to the big game, which is right around the corner, and it looks like we already know who is going to win.
Well, duh.
That is especially if you ask Amazon's Alexa.
Apparently, she's picking the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a shocker, folks. So if you ask the Amazon voice-powered assistant Alexa who will win the Super Bowl, she replies, "I am flying high with the Eagles on this one." Now, many believe when this question was asked, it was based off her location, but experts in 4 states, including Massachusetts, received the same answer. Alexa even passionately chants, E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Our Philadelphia sister station reached out to Amazon for a comment, but they have not responded yet. Oh,
How
boy.
Pats fans feel about getting an Amazon Alexa.
There's going to be, I can see Patriots fans smashing a bunch of Alexas in rallies.
We need to get in here and do a little, I don't know if anybody around here has an Amazon Alexa. Does anyone? It would be fun to try.
We don't have one in the building.
No, not in the building. Okay. Anyway, well, despite Alexa's prediction, the competition obviously must go on.
Yeah, the refs will have something to say about it.
The crews in Minnesota, never going to let that down, are working around the clock to get the stadium ready. So they're starting with getting rid of all of that, the fresh snow that just dropped. Pretty much everything inside, once you get inside the stadium, gets a full overhaul. All of the Vikings branding, of course, unfortunately for the Viking fans, gone, and it's being replaced with Super Bowl 52 branding. Everything from the end zones to the lighting system needed for the halftime show, everything needs to be changed and built from the ground up. Hundreds of workers are just there to start putting up temporary press boxes, and then, of course, the NBC football set.
Yeah, it's a big production. So 3 of the biggest names at this year's Super Bowl are Brady, Foles, and Wilson. The first 2 are quarterbacks. The third refers to the footballs themselves. Wilson has manufactured footballs for the NFL since the 1940s, and they've made custom footballs for every Super Bowl here at the Wilson Football Factory in Ada, Ohio. It's a town of some 6,000 residents, but it plays a big role in the big game.
Yeah.
The balls are sewn together and inflated, then stamped with team logos. The Patriots and the Eagles each get 100 footballs for the game.
I was wondering if there was going to be a joke in there from you, but you let that go.
Well, they stopped deflating the foeffoles. The league made.
I was wondering this morning as I'm putting this together.
Tom has delicate hands. Tom has delicate hands. He needs a better grip. Whatever. You can watch, by the way, the Super Bowl on February 4th. It's going to be right here on NBC, so you can see all the action leading up to, and then afterwards, obviously, This Is Us. So as you've been saying all week, have the DVRs go longer. Get your tissues ready.
It has been the talk of a lot of news outlets around the water cooler, maybe your families have been talking about it. I've been talking about it with a pediatrician because this has been an unprecedented flu season.
Careful who you drink after at the water cooler.
You wash your hands. There's all kinds of things you can do to take certain precautions. So coming up later in the show, Dr. Ellie Kez-Ryan is going to join us with the very latest developments on the flu. But in the meantime, the Today Show, they took a look at how dirty or germy workplaces are.
Great.
So Jeff Rosen put Hoda and Savannah to the test to see whose area was dirtier. So the device that he's using, apparently the higher the number on the testing device is a good thing. So watch this.
Can we come in? It's Jeffrey. Hi.
Oh, hi, Jeff.
I promised you we were going to do it. You haven't cleaned anything,
I'm
right?
not ready for you.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
I'm pulling it. You have to step away from the desk because I don't trust that you're not going to try to clean this.
Achoo! Okay.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Be kind. I just want a better score than Hoda. That's all I want.
I can't promise that. Savannah, that phone is disgusting. What are you doing on that phone?
Breathing.
Sneezing, I don't know. There's a fail. Oh my God! You came in just under.
Oh my God,
That is crazy.
There you go.
So I would hate to see what happens if we tested anything around this area, because especially my.
Everyone's sick in there. Don't go in the newsroom.
Okay.